Oh my god, Tyrite Sanctum, why? This is like the actual trolliest of rares, because you never want to pick it, but it also means it's going to be like the last pick rare for me no matter what. So there's a Furia and a Vengeful Reaper in this pack. Both of those are like very strong. There's also Behold the Multiverse, which is very good. So I think... God, yeah, I refuse to take Tyrite Sanctum. Like, whatever. It'll be the last rare I open. I don't care. I think I'm actually going to take the Vengeful Reaper just because it's monocolor, and there's a decent chance Furia wheels. There's a very decent chance she wheels, and she would go well in a deck that has the Vengeful Reaper anyway, so I'm going to grab that, because this card is actually just quite ridiculous. Like, what often amounts to being like, I mean, even if you pay 4 mana for this, like, a 2/3 Flying Death Touch Haste is no joke. Like, this card tangles with everything. So we're going to take that and see if we can actually wheel the Furia. I'd be pretty happy if we do. Ooh. Ooh. Demon Bolt? Demon Bolt? I think Demon Bolt. Demon Bolt is very good. Very, very good. Got a nice little Rakdos. Well, we have 1 card of each. But yeah, a Rakdos start. That might mean that Furia, even if she does wheel, is not what we do. But Demon Bolt is really, really good in this format. Paying 1 mana to deal 4 to any creature at instant speed, or Planeswalker if that ever is randomly relevant, is strong. Well done.
It escaped me before I could realize that it would be heard by others.
Hey, say it loud, say it proud. This is not a judgment stream.
Heading out, pretty much now.
Okay. Battle of Bradagard is a rare. Is it a rare I want to take? Or do I want to like lean into a white direction? There are some solid white cards in this pack. There's some solid white cards in this pack. I think it'd be irresponsible not to take a white card from this pack, given how kind of open it looks like it is. I'm gonna take. What do I want? The Starnheim Courser, the Oracle. I don't think I want the Usher. I don't think I'm quite gonna be likely quite aggressive enough for that. Let's take the Courser here and hedge. Let's take the Courser and hedge a little bit. This pack is just not good at all. Giant's Amulet is the actual best card. God damn, how am I 4 packs in 4 different colors? And this is just me trying to stay open. Hopefully we don't get punished for doing that. But like, yeah, the signals are a little bit wonky here. Like, we're getting a lot of red and white cards. They're like kind of bad red and white cards. Cavalry is good, but like Amulet is ridiculously strong. Like a 5-mana 4/5 hexproof is just like very, very difficult to interact with in this format. Ooh, Maya? Maya's pretty good. Yes, I am picking a green card, apparently, but it is also a white card, so at least it goes with the Starnheim Courser a little bit. Raptor. Blah. Yeah, I'm going to take the Maya. Alright. We are open to being whatever seems to be good, is where we're at on this draft right now. This is not going to be a 5-color good stuff deck. If it is, we're dead. This is not where you want to be at. Like, 5-color good stuff is, believe it or not, an actual deck in this format. I don't think this is the deck you want to actually be drafting in order to accomplish that. This is 5-color bad stuff right now. Run amok. Run Ashore is like probably the best actual card in this deck. But it's like very far from one of, like what Maya wants to be doing. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Run Ashore here.
Bye.
Okay, see you in a bit. I think Jarl is actually the best card here. Alright. I don't know what's happening, but I do like Sinkhole. Sinkhole, especially if we wheel the Furia, could be a sign. We wheel Furia. I think this is the pack where we do it, if we do. Maybe I already missed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the Furia did not wheel. I don't know if that's just somebody took the random gold card because it looks cool, or if I'm like actually supposed to maybe be like aware that I should be getting out. I think I'm gonna take God's Hall Guardian here regardless. Jeez. Struggle for Skemfar and Behold the Multiverse are still in this pack. These probably would have been like some of the better cards in the original pack, frankly. I'm gonna take the Struggle here. Maybe gear myself towards trying to be some sort of like white-green thing. I don't know if white-green is good. I don't know what white-green does in this format, but it's kind of looking like that's maybe where we're heading. Gladewalker is okay. Horizon Seeker is okay. This sure is a pack that we've opened. Or that we've drafted, or like a deck that we've drafted so far. Green seems open. Like, I'm feeling the green-white a little bit. There was a late Maya, which I think is... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Spider's okay. Spider's okay. Black felt distinctly... Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I'm going to go into green, because that's a completely busted mythic, so sure. Well, we're green, folks. I think green is honestly the color I was most strongly solidified in at this point, anyway. But yeah, that's certainly not gonna dissuade me from wanting to do that. Let's put it that way. So I think green-white is where we're leaning. Oh my god, yeah, just let the green flow. There's a Marithi as well, but I think that's worse. Yeah, that's okay. We're just green. We're just green stuff. Green-white, again, is what I'm guessing we're actually going to end up being. And that's okay. Right, so let's get the random blue cards out. Let's get the bold out. I don't really want the Master Scald either, frankly. Alright, this is what the deck looks like so far, and I think that's, like, pretty reasonable. This is essentially a 2-drop because I can foretell it. I don't hate this. Like, this is actually like a pretty solid start to a deck. World Tree? It's kind of over nothing, so I don't hate that. There's also a late Yara Mirror Lake. Go away, Fruit Fly. Yeah, considering we started in red-black, we've like this is the reward for sort of like, you know, what's been referred to as drafting the hard way, which is basically where you don't just pick the cards that are like that align with your first few picks. You just sort of pick the best card several times out of the first few packs that you get past to get a sense, like that way you're ready to move into whatever actually is getting opened, even if it means giving up on your first couple of picks, which we did. And I honestly think we're going to get rewarded for doing that. Like, I think we have a very, very, very solid draft going. I'll probably just play the World Tree if I am green anyway. I think the World Tree is totally fine. Ooh, Bounding Gold is great if we're white. That's a good pickup. I was actually like eyeballing the I was kind of eyeballing this because it's very splashable, but I don't know if we need to because we do have a sinkhole in the sideboard along with the World Tree that's like obviously kind of like universal fixing. Green screen donation goal got sidelined because I'm considering doing an alternative thing in terms of the backdrop, and also I'm wondering if Scully Cam might not actually generate better donation revenue. Like, no joke, like people have talked about wanting a Scully Cam in the past, and so I'm like, you know what? Like, let's see if Scully Cam actually gets some traction. So yeah, Scully Cam is the new goal. Whether or not that's a good idea, we will see, but that's where we're at. Ooh, Vega. I don't think Sculptor of Winter is very good in this deck. I might just take another Gladewalker, honestly. Pretty medium pack for us overall. Another Eyesight Troll. We just don't have any snow at all. So there's just like not really a strong appeal. Like, this card is really good if you're in snow. The fact that it can just gain Indestructible for 2 mana is like, it makes it so difficult to attack into. Or to get rid of, as long as they're just holding up the double snow. But you do need to be pretty committed to it for that to be realistic. So I think I'm just going to take... I think this is my last Blight Step. Yeah, so I can actually stop taking Blight Steps if I don't need to from now on. But that's my last Blight Step pathway for the draft. So I think I'm happy with that. Ooh, this is actually a really tricky one. Do I want my first Iron Verdict or my second Struggle for Semfar? I think Struggle is just generally a better card. So I think I'm going to take my second Struggle here. King Harold is not that good. I'll take a Ravenous Lindworm. I think playing a 1 of Lindworm in your green decks is very, very reasonable in this format. Like, it's a big body, and it does a really good job of stabilizing you. This is just nonsense. I don't really care. Just take this card at random. Might play the Masked Vandal, actually. This card is, like, surprisingly better than it looks, even in Limited. There's a lot of random auras and equipments lying around. There's a couple of vehicles. You can snipe some stuff randomly. Mammoth Growth is fine. Pretty happy with that. Good little combat trick, especially if you're not paying full retail for it. Plow is a meme. I still think this card is just heinous, but if we get a cow, maybe. I actually think Raven's Wings in a base green deck is not a joke. Like, randomly giving my Troll or my, like, Lindworm or whatever flying is, like, not that unreasonable. Do I play a Carve? Maybe? Ooh, Battle of Frost and Fire. How many do... Oh, I'm actually just... Oh, yeah, I'm good on Battle of Frost and Fire. I actually have as many as I need. So I don't need to pick that here. Nice. Yeah, I think that was the first cycle... That was the first rare that I actually finished. So Snakeskin Veil versus Struggle number 3 is an interesting question. I do think Veil is strong, but I also think Struggle is ridiculous. If you can actually only pay the 1 mana on the Foretell for a fight plus a +1/+1 counter, that's just an unbelievably powerful ability. I'm going to take a Struggle here. That could be wrong, but I really, really think that this card is super good. Ooh, Dark Pathway. That one I do actually need another one of. Yeah. Do I want any of the other cards here over it? Clarion Spirit is decent, but like not really in a green-white deck. Yeah, let's just take the rare here. It's like pretty low downside, honestly. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so I am getting past the Righteous Valkyrie here. Do I just take the Valkyrie? It's a rare and it's playable in my colors. It's not very good. It's mostly just a 3-mana 2/4. I don't think I have that many clerics coming into play. Although I guess all my shapeshifters do trigger this. Because I'm also looking at the Sorol's Packmate, because this card is ridiculous as well. And there's a bunch of like other decent cards. This is a good card, but not if you're not Snow. Yeah, sure, whatever. Let's just take the rare. It's like actually a playable rare, so why not? Ooh, and get rewarded by getting a Sorol's Packmate anyway? Love to see it. Rune of Might is okay, but not better than Sorol's. And Outrider, again, is a great card, but only if you're actually in Snow, which we are just patently not. Yeah, red drafting semi-paying off, apparently. You don't hate to see it. Ooh. Now I'll take a Snakeskin Veil, especially since it's, like, over nothing. Probably just take a Grizzled Outrider here. Packmate is so good. Packmate is so good. Like, it genuinely is. I don't think this is the kind of card we want in this deck. Like, this is really, really good in this super aggressive decks, but I don't actually know how aggressive we're going to be. This feels a little bit more mid-rangey than anything to me. Herald's Revenge is awful. I guess I'll take it, but I'm probably just putting it in the sideboard. Some late red cards. I don't really want any of this. I think I'm just going to take this for like the Vault Progress. Uncommons generate slightly more Vault percentage than commons do. It's like a little tiebreaker thing if you're like just between a bunch of meaningless picks, take the uncommon. Pack looks nice. Pack looks nice. Or deck looks nice. That's what I meant to say. Ooh, I could play another Snakeskin Veil. I don't think I want a Spectral Seal. I don't think that does anything for us. Second Veil could be good. Second Veil could definitely be good. We already have 2 kitties, right? We have 2 kitties. I don't need a third. I actually think I will take an Invoke the Divine. This feels like the kind of deck that actually does want to main deck and Invoke the Divine and be like pretty happy about it, honestly. I think we get like Horizon Seeker out and like Carve out, and like this is the deck right now. Do I want another Lindworm? I probably want it more than anything else, but I don't know if I'm going to main deck it. I might bring it in in certain matchups, though. Braggart versus another Recluse. Don't like that card very much. I think a second Recluse could be good, again, as a sideboard option. Man, disrespecting my boy here. We're obviously not taking it. We're not even close to being a deck that wants it, but that card is good. I think people sleep on that card. Sideboard Wings is okay. I could have picked the cow so we could have the cow plow memes, but I don't want to do cow plow memes, so we didn't do that. So the funny thing here is that I actually have like a pretty free... So this is the deck if I would just want this to be the deck. I could tweak some numbers, add in a Recluse or a Lindworm. Or even a Champion, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I could also like have a pretty free Black Splash between the Snowfield Sinkhole and the Darkboard Pathway and the World Tree. But the only card I'd really... Well, I mean, the only black card that's worth splashing would be like Vengeful Reaper, and it's not that worth splashing that I would like actively make my mana somewhat worse in order to do it. I'm probably going to play the Pathway just for the flex, because, I don't know, it's just like basically strictly better than the Forest in this deck, I think. Oh no, do I play this? It's like very close to free. What would I cut for it? These are all essentially 2-drops. Right, I have a Mammoth in this deck. I forgot about that, honestly. Bound and Golden Vogue, Valkyrie. I could probably got like one of my Gladewalkers. Maybe a Snakeskin Veil. 2 might be excessive. Cut a Snakeskin Veil, play a Reaper. Oh, get out of here. I don't want either of those. I'll play Pathway and Sinkhole instead. So I have 3 ways to splash the like one black card, like single black card. That seems pretty okay to me, honestly. Also, notably, Struggle for Skemfar is pretty sick with Reaper. Like, it can take out really high toughness creatures quite easily as a result. I think this is good. I honestly think this is fine. Yeah, this kind of looks dope. I like this deck. I like this deck. Alright, I'm into it. Oh, we gotta fix our mana situation, though. Can't be going around with these plebeian lands. These are really not plebeian lands. I keep like bad-mouthing the shit out of these Bob Ross lands, but it's only because I have these and they're so much nicer. Like, I don't know, medium take. John Avon is a more talented artist than Bob Ross. That'll probably piss somebody off, but I feel like that's like low-key true. I also don't want to shit talk Bob Ross, because Bob Ross is a great artist. We're definitely discussing like which 2 great things is slightly greater. And once you've gotten into that, once you got in there, you're getting pretty granular with it, I think, and not actually needing to do so. Yeah, deck looks nice. Let's take a snapshot. Let's take a little snippy snip. Alright, and let's, you know what? I actually like the background for this one. Alright, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, play first. Yeah, this is actually just a good hand. I actually get to play an on-curve Old Growth Troll, which is like pretty gross. I had to go turn 2 suspend the Reaper, turn 3 Old Growth Troll, turn 4, I don't know, Prophet probably. Like, even if this Reaper just chills in exile for a while, like, it essentially cost me nothing to have it in my deck. Like, what did I, like, I cut a, what did I cut? I cut a 2-mana 2/2 for this, basically, like, sure. Boom. Big Troll. So like, if this troll dies, I get to turbo make my lands, one of my lands attached for double, and then at some point I can just make that do another thing as well. Like, this is all just very silly. So what do I want to do here? I guess I just attack first. There's like really no downside not to. This is a sorcery. So let's just play the Recluse. And pass. My opponent actually does double spell this turn and jumps the Infernal Pet. I'll probably block with the Recluse at that point. Ooh. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So that just happened. So let's do this then. Let's do this, make my troll a 5/5. Now I can attack through both of these chuckleheads. My opponent's just at 11 already. And then I can't... Yeah, I'm just going to hold up Invoke the Divine because I can't actually do much with the struggle for Scumfire here. Maybe I was supposed to suspend the struggle anyway, just so that it's cheaper on the following turn, because I'm not super likely to need the Evoke the Divine here. Man, my opponent has a really good play 2 spells deck. Just trigger, trigger, trigger. Pretty sick. Wait. My opponent's at 11. Yeah, let's kill one of those stupid flyers. That's fine. Ooh. The Righteous Valkyrie. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Struggle here. Have this, fight this. Make it a 6/3. Now they can't even block with a 2/2 very well. This troll's just like kind of giving them the business. Sure thing. Second spell means I take 4, but like also do I care? They also like can't really... Okay, and then they're gonna make an elf here? Sure. So they attack with a 4/4. Wait, what? Sure? No blocks? Oh, this Invoke the Divine's actually gonna be nice here. We're gonna get my opponent real bad if that's what they do. Ooh, World Tree, you love to see it. That's so good! I get to cast this because World Tree just fixed my mana for me. Oh, you love to see it. Alright, we're just shipping with everything here. And if my opponent tries to, like, do anything super clever with the Elven Bow, then I get to just Invoke the Divine it. So they only put 6 damage on this. So this is fine. So my opponent's at 5, they're taking 3. Oh, and I can take 2 the power away and win. Deal. And game. Dece. Dece plus. Yeah, that troll just gave my opponent the business. Just absolutely smashed them. Alright. I'm going to cut a Glade Walker. I'm going to add a Spider. Because I like the fact that the spiders can block the pets. And then we're going to leave everything else as is. What is MGR4DV? Like McGroved? I don't really understand the acronym that my opponent was going for. Ooh, Sinkhole is like kind of the perfect line to see in our opener. You do love to see that. The only way this is bad is if we literally draw a troll within the next 2 draws, along with a forest. Otherwise, this is just great. So here I get to go suspend the cat. Then next turn I can play the Recluse. And then the following turn I can unsuspend the cat. Ooh. Yeah, so let's play the Recluse here. I'll play some threes, Chris. I don't know if you can actually see me in here, but I'll play some threes. Ooh, they just didn't attack? Oh god, they're stuck on 2? Oh no, that's bad for OP. That is very bad for my OP. Actually, let's attack. Oh, they just took it. Ooh, that was not the correct choice, opponent. You were supposed to at least try to force the trick out of me. Jeez, my opponent's deck is really good. They're just getting a little bit owned, unfortunately. This is kind of a weird line, but I really want to Bounding Gold the 2/2 so that my opponent's like forced to block with their random 1/1s before they actually get big enough for that to matter. Okay, this is fine. They're going to need to do something soon. Like, I do feel bad for my opponent here. Like, they're just getting horrifically mana screwed. Like, this is kind of not a game right now. Yeah, like, that doesn't do anything, unfortunately. Yeah, I think we just make that trade. And then I just, like, play the Troll and hold up the Invoke. And, like, turns out a 3-mana 4/4 on turn 6 is still very reasonable. Yeah, sorry, RP. That was honestly, like, very unfortunate for them. Like, the first game was a real game. First game was totally a real game, but the second game, they just got mana screwed and died. Again, we take those, but you know, you do hate to see it a little bit. It's not the best way to win a game. It doesn't prove a lot. Time's at 4:55. All right, still about an hour and a half left in what I've allotted myself for the stream, which is more than enough, I think. We're getting very close to the pack opening stream. Very close to the pack opening stream, though we're not quite there yet. But we do approach. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. So here's the real question, right? Do I try to spike the Troll on turn 3 off a land? I mean, we're keeping this no matter what. That part's easy. But do I play the Sinkhole and give up on the turn 3 Troll for sure? I'd like to try it, honestly. I'd like to try it. Because I think the number of games that we will win if I get the turn 3 Troll is higher. So my opponent's on some 5-color shit. Yes, rewarded. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right, we're going to just send this into exile for now, because using this as a 1-mana +4/+4 is absurd. So I'd love to have that just kind of chilling for the time being. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to go turn 3 Troll. And then the plan is to go Raven Wings the following turn and just smack my opponent for 5 in the air. We'll see what they do, of course. We'll see what they do, of course. I'm not blocking here since this does... Well, they're probably just going to give it menace anyway. They might attack and then pump it to, like, bait the block so that they can get a trade out of it. Do I even care if they trade? I might actually be okay with that, because they'd have to spend a reasonable amount of their turn to do that. Like, they have to spend 2 of their 4 mana this turn in order to get a trade out of this. So maybe that's just worth it. No, they're not even doing that. They're not even bothering. Okay, so that's fine then. So then if that's the case, I think what I'm going to do here is simply go... Actually, I'm going to just go to combat first and foremost. If they try to get the double block off, I'm just going to, like, eat. Because, like, right now this doesn't even... Like, this is just a 2 for 1 on board. But at least they would get my troll. So they're considering the double block here. They're considering the double block because it's vaguely appealing to get the 4/4 trampler off the board, which is very reasonable. Then I'm just going to play the Not Bold Recluse. Now I can hold up both Snakeskin Veil and Mammoth Growth, whichever seems most reasonable of the 2. At the time... Veil does make me feel pretty safe, which I like. Yeah, there's the troll. And they are playing a snow deck from the looks of it, so that's not great for me. No attacks. That's interesting. So 1, 2, Raven's Wings. And 1, 2... Equip this. Combat, send 4 in the air. Okay. The fact that I can blank their next removal spell in the troll is like pretty big game. Yeah, no thank you. Plus permanently grow it in the process. Right, because this is exile too, which would means it would have actually beaten the claws. All right, sure, you have a herald. Reveals a horizon seeker. This is an elf. Oh no, it's a warrior, right? Because herald also looks for warriors. Right. I guess. Sure, I'll trade it this. This thing's impossible to get off the board anyway, so sure, seems fine. Well, if I'd known I was drawing exactly struggle for Samphire, I would... Oh, wait, I can actually just win? Jeez, this deck is nice, dude. Alright, yeah, let's just win instead. Put 1/1 counter on this, and then, I don't know, fight this for reasons. And then just pump it to 11 and kill my opponent. Nice. Alright, well, I've been very impressed with Mr. Troll so far. Every game I've gotten to play this thing, I've won pretty freaking easily. So you do love to see that. Playing against a deck that's likely got a decent amount of removal in it. Did I see anything that the Masked Vandal looked any like it would be any good against there? Not really. So let's cut the Vandal and bring in another Veil, I think. Cut the Vandal, bring in the Veil. We're doing great. We are up a match and up a game currently. This card has done work. Yeah, we're doing very well with this so far. That is, of course, obviously the fatal phrase where now I'm just jinxing myself to die forever and ever. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty okay about this. Based on what I saw, like I could see an argument for bringing in the Recluse and the Wings of the Cosmos, but we're not going to do that yet. We're just going to kind of chill on what we have. I brought in an extra Snakeskin Veil in order to just have a little bit of extra sort of counter magic or counter removal, basically, which is nice. Speaking of nice, this hand is pretty spicy. Pretty spicy indeed. We'll keep this. We obviously want to draw more lands, but I have 2 different things that I can suspend in the meantime. So as long as I draw a land, I don't even need to draw a land this turn, though I obviously wouldn't hate it, but as long as I draw a land by the following turn, we still have plays to make. Yeah, so my opponent's on like 5-color snow from the looks of it, which can be a very good deck. Like the cards they showed me last game were good. We just kind of rounded them with the cards that we had because they were also good. All right, we drew the lands, so you love to see it. I think I would rather play a Battle Mammoth on 4 than a Godsoul Guardian on 4. Though I can play a Battle Mammoth on... yeah, whatever. We're just going to cast this. I might just wind up suspending the Godsoul Guardian next turn anyway, depending on what my opponent does. Though I wouldn't hate the Knotbolt Recluse. Also, I might even be able to snipe the Path of the World Tree with the Invoke the Divine. Ooh. Do I just do that here? I kind of feel like I might. This could mess with their mana fixing and their ramp. You know what, let's just take a turn off and do that. I think that actually isn't terrible. I actually think that's not terrible. Sure. My opponent now is... Alright, well that didn't completely mess with their mana fixing, unfortunately for me. Let's just suspend this. Let's suspend this one because we may not be able to play the Mammoth if we don't draw another green source next turn, but we can definitely play the Godsoul Guardian regardless. Okay, so that wound up being fine. Ooh, and I actually get to even hold up a green so I can protect it with a Snakeskin Veil. That's kind of sweet. Don't hate any of that. Don't hate any of that. Any land, ironically, actually just fixes our mana for the rest of the game, too, because of the World Tree, which is pretty funny. So it doesn't even need to be a green source off the top at this point. It just needs to be literally anything. Actual any land is good enough here, although, unfortunately, that's not actual any land. Do I Glade Walker? It would allow me to punch through the Priest, which is definitely appealing. But it would also require me to tap out of green, and I kind of like the idea of holding up Snakeskin Veil here. What do we think, chat? What do we think? My opponent is going to get the Path to the World Tree next turn, which is like a little unfortunate. Yeah. Let's... Damn. Let's Glade Walker here. I think losing a Guardian is not the end of the world, ultimately. I might actually bind the Path in gold. Okay, we have a feed. Yeah, so like that's kind of where I'm a little bit sad about that, but let's do this and deny my opponent the ability to do anything with that card. Now they just have very pretty mana, but like not a whole lot to actually do with it from the looks of things, which I think is fine. There we go, baby. There we go. So now we just smash a Lindworm onto the battlefield. Like, my opponent is now going to be hard-pressed to, like, answer, like, sort of like the onslaught of random nonsense that's about to come down. They have a lot of very pretty lands, but, like, not actually a lot going on with them. Sure. So attack. They'll just block and tap, so I guess there's actually not much point in attacking here. I have 6 lands. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go Grizzled Outrider, hold up Snakeskin Veil. Because they can't actually take out, like attacking my single creature into their basically indestructible blocker is not super effective, but next turn I can start attacking with both of these. And even if they do block and activate, I still get to force 5 damage through. Yeah, I think we're doing just fine right now. My opponent's also flooding horribly. Like, they actually really needed to activate this Path. I feel like kind of pretty clever for binding that in gold, I'm not going to lie. I feel like they were leaning pretty heavily on that to do a bunch of things. Like, what was it going to do? It was going to deal 2 damage or something, gain them some life, draw them cards, get them a 2/2. Like, it would have put them way more aggressively onto the board than they currently are. Yeah, this is fine. I can even attack with the 1/1 here, because if they want to block the 1/1 with the troll, then they are like absolutely more than welcome to do so. Yep, you got it. Oh man, I might have made a miscalculation here. I might have made a slight miscalculation here. So this goes up to a 6-power creature. How many more snow lands do they have? None, I think. So I don't think they get to do it any further. So I think here... Yeah, I just make this a 7/7. They were expecting that to die, which is why they were fine doing that. Now I just play the Battle Mammoth. And my turn. But yeah, you can see how obnoxious this troll is. Just the fact that it's basically like a very, very high power attacker for like very little downside. Ooh. Ooh. That's a card. Hell yeah, that's a card. Alright, do they have the double snow? I haven't counted. That's 1 snow, 2 snow. Yes, they can actually get some pretty good attacks in here. Let's see. I think I am supposed to make this attack this turn. Yeah, let's make this attack here, because my opponent will be able to kill the Maya on the following turn with their priest. So we're going to block the elephant. Like, this puts them in a really awkward position, right? They can't really make great blocks here without, like, they either make good blocks and take a ton, or bad blocks and don't, and, like, die, basically. Sure, yeah. So you get to eat my elephant here, which is fair. Notably, my elephant does have trample, which my opponent may have forgotten. Yes, my opponent did forget that. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they were supposed to block like that. Along the many other lines of text that elephant has, trample is one of them. Alright. I'm in. I'm pretty glad to have beaten that deck. That deck was actually good. That deck was actually a good deck. These. Cool. Alright, one last match with this one. Making good time. This has been a pretty brief draft. Like, I've been streaming for a little over 2 hours, and we've already got almost 2 and... I mean, I guess it'll probably be at least 5:30 by the time this is done, but 2 drafts in 2.5 hours. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. It's not a very exciting hand, but I think it's definitely a keep. I don't think we're supposed to mulligan a hand like this. It's not great, and I might just end up playing the random Mass Vandal on 2 for no value, but that's okay, I think. The good news is also now we have our black for sure, because I don't need 4 green. Trip green is good enough for the troll, and that's good enough for me. So let's just suspend a struggle here. Next turn we may get a turn where we want to Masked Vandal plus struggle something, depending on what my opponent plays. Looks like my opponent's on, well, mono green currently. Ooh. Funnily enough, that actually does die to a Masked Vandal trigger, but I don't have any creatures in my yard to exile to it. But I also do get the struggle for Scamfire that here, and before it grows any larger. Which is pretty hype. Now I have 2/4, which is like a decent sized blocker against an elf deck. So kind of love that. Kind of love that. Tivarkel. Okay. Don't love that. Don't love that. Right. So I'm going to play this as a black spell, or a black land, because I don't need to worry anymore. So I guess I just struggle for Scamfire and eat the Tivar here. It's a little bit of a waste, but like, I think it's good. Like, I just get to clear their Planeswalker here. I have a random 3/5, and I just got to clear their Planeswalker by doing that. Like, I don't know. That leaves me feeling pretty good about where we're at. So here I'm just going to go double suspends, I think. And then just like attack for 3. My opponent's deck looks good. Like a legit good elf deck. Ooh, Finn the Fangbearer, huh? That's not great for me. That's not great for me. A Raven's Wings. Ooh, my own Raven's Wings? That's not bad. I would like to fucking draw something at some point here, but I mean, whatever. We'll get in. We'll get in. The Mammoth Growth in my exile zone definitely makes this clock a lot faster than it probably looks to my opponent. No, wait, do they have a dead creature? Oh, they do have a dead creature, so I lose my flyer. Damn, that sucks. Or like I lose my flying, rather. Alright, well I guess I'll take 5 and 2 poison. 6 and 2 poison. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, my opponent's deck is pretty real, and mine is unfortunately pretty not performing right now. Getting a wee bit mana screwed here. My opponent has to be pretty suspicious of the fact that I just haven't done anything multiple turns. Like, I would also be suspect. White source, please. Oh dear, am I just dying? I'm probably just dying here. Maybe I wasn't supposed to attack it. Maybe that was very greedy. It was probably very greedy. We'll see. My opponent's at 10. Ooh, white source is great. White source is actually great. Oh, except now I just died of this. F. No. Why would you tag me like that? Alright. I guess we just chill. No attacks. End turn. So my opponent just gets extremely aggressive with me here. I think I might be able to clutch out a win. I'm gonna have to trade, like, I'm gonna have to 2-for-1 myself on the Finn no matter what. I'm gonna basically have to Mammoth Growth my Righteous Valkyrie to trade with it, which is not great. But then I also probably get, like, they also don't have attacks on the ground right now. My opponent's gonna have to be like a little bit suspicious of some shenaniganery here. So let's go to blocks, lock in that block. Let's Giant Growth this. I do need to draw like an Invoke the Divine sooner than later. Snakeskin. Yeah, my bonus deck is really good. Like really, really good. Just like a top quality. They honestly might be mono green elves. Or maybe lightly touching black, but like it barely looks like they're on black right now. Like now I'm just back to dead if I don't draw a land. Yeah. No, I guess I'm not back to dead. I have a Starnheim Courser here. The problem is that as long as they have this flying equipment, every single creature they have is like basically threatening lethal right now, which is like pretty unfortunate. I think the smart play for my opponent here is actually to move the bow over. Grab the extra 2 toughness. Because then I can't actually trade the Courser for the Outrider. I think that's what they're thinking about here. It costs them 4 mana to do that though, which is like a lot. Like, I need to invoke the Divine really badly. Oh. That's interesting. That's not what I assumed would happen here. I think that was the worst line for them, ultimately. Like, this is still just me treading water, unfortunately. Like, I'm still not in good shape. Although, again, if I can draw that land, like, Invoke or an untapped land are the two best draws in my deck right now. Because Invoke lets me just make them stop having random shitty flying attackers. And then the Lindworm just draws me cards, which is good. Unfortunately, I did neither of those things, and so I believe we are just dead in the air to this Raven Wings. Yeah, Raven Wings is a card that I did not predict would be good, but has been very impressive in this format so far. Very, very impressive. Okay, so that being said, I like the Recluse and the Wings. The Glade Walkers looked really awkward. Hey, how's it going, Emilio? And then I have a couple of main deck ways of dealing with. Like, Maxed Vandal I had to play for no value. I think I was correct to do that. Like, I wound up clearing a Tovar on the back of that, but they just, like, kind of just drew nothing but gas afterwards, which was a little bit unfortunate for me. I have a lot of ways to stop those flyers. I just didn't draw any of them. I feel like Mammoth Growth may not be necessary against this opponent. Maybe I want like a snake, another Snakeskin Veil instead. Kind of think I like that better. Actually, no, maybe that's not true. They weren't very heavy on removal. Yeah, no, Mammoth Growth is probably better than the second Veil, because all the green-based removals fight, and Mammoth Growthing something can be just as good as Snakeskin Veiling it in a lot of situations. This looks okay to me. This looks okay to me. Alright, let's ship. I am doing good. We are 2 matches. We are 2-0 in this league, and we are although we are down a match in this, or down a game in this last match. But we're locked for 2-1 at the very worst. I've been drafting some fun ones so far. We drafted a... What have we done so far today? Yeah, this is the second draft of the day. We drafted a 15 land mono or red-white aggro deck earlier that only lost the first match to me basically playing 16 lands in the first configuration of it and flooding horribly. Then I switched to 15 and never lost. This is a solid hand. It's a little slow, but it's solid. And then, yeah, looking forward to playing some Paper Magic this evening with some friends. Actually, we need a 4th, Emilio, if you're down. I don't know what your availability is like, but if you want to play, we are only 3 of us right now, so a 4th would be great. It's going to be me, Chris, and Marco currently. It is Tabletop Simulator, yeah. So that'll be up to you. We're going to play at 7, so I don't know what late means to you, but we're probably going to play from 7 to 10 would be my guess. Maybe 7 and 9 if we get really tilted at each other, because 3-player games can do that sometimes. So we'll see. All right, easy suspend here. We'll never not call the suspend. Just never not doing it after 8:30. Yeah, like you might be able to get in for a game if that's the case. Definitely might be able to get in for a game. I could bind this, but I feel like I'd rather just get on the board. If they have like a fight spell, I'm gonna feel a little bit silly about that, but oh, also binding gold gets cheaper. I forgot about that. That's kind of cool. No blocks. I'll take my Poison. Outrider, sure. Yeah. Okay, so let's bind the Finn in gold. And then I get to attack with the Courser, and then probably get to ambush the Outrider next turn with the Wings of the Cosmos. That is not a big deal. Do not worry at all, my dude. They're honestly like pretty easy to pick up. So this becomes a 5/4. Okay. Arachniform, huh? Fascinating. So they're just trying to put the pedal to the metal here. Alright, so I do this, then block, and then do this. So I'm essentially 2 for 2ing here, which is like not the end of the world because it's like a good 2-drop. Like, yeah, like it's a good creature to get off the board, and they invested a card into it. Yeah, I actually think that that was totally fine. I want to play the black side here because if in one more land, it's not going to matter. And if I draw the Valkyrie instead of another land next turn, I will certainly wish that I had done the opposite. So this basically just lets me mise on not drawing the 6th land before I draw the Valkyrie, while making it irrelevant. I guess this will punish me for drawing the Troll instead of the Valkyrie, so I guess I'm like basically mising on which card I think is more likely to turn up ultimately, but I think that's fine too. Alright, I'm not seeing any reason to invoke the Divine here, so I'm just going to run out the God's Hall Guardian. And just like that, our mana's perfect. I assume my opponent's going to scoop in a second. Depends on what they have here, but not looking great for them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was all okay. I'm pretty happy with everything that happened there. I'm still like toying with this snakeskin veil, but I'm not really sure what I'd cut for it. I think everything else is just better realistically than the second copy. I like having Invoke when they have the flying wings. Oh yeah, this card is great. This card is great. Like, this is actually just a legitimately good card. It's very chonk. Like, as a 6-mana 3/6 Vigilance, it's like not the best, but if you can play a 3/6 Vigilance on 4 mana, like especially on turn 4, like this thing is just huge. Like, it's gonna own the battlefield. I'm not like the highest on it, but I think it is much better than it looks. Like at face value. I will say that I've probably like this today I've drafted 2 white X decks in a row, and I think that that is the most white decks that I've ever drafted. In this format. I've done a lot of Rakdos, a lot of Sultai. Ooh, perfect mana. You love to see it. We're going to hold off on the Darkboard Pathway decision a little bit longer. Next turn is just going to be suspending a kitty. That definitely makes me want... yeah, that actually just locks me in on green right away. Straight up. Like, if I can draw another green source next turn and just play an on-curve troll, we are going to run away with this game. Sure. Medium punished there, but not the end of the world, I don't think. Let's just play another Guardian here. It wasn't like mega punished because we still wouldn't have been able to play it, but I think that trying to make your triple red drops is more realistic than trying to play your 1 Vengeful Reaper, or triple green drops rather. Oh yeah, the white decks have to be aggro. Like, white is... Well, that's not even true. Like, I'm playing a sort of pretty mid-rangey white deck right now. But again, I just also did play a 15-land Boros aggro deck, so, like, I don't know. AMA, I guess. I'm actually going to play this out first. I would actually not hate having a 4th green source before playing the Troll, so that I can also hold up the Veil. And also, the cat just kind of sits in front of this Horizon Seeker, like, pretty cleanly. Do I just want to play the Cerulves for 4 here? I kind of think I do. If I suspend it, what am I doing? I could suspend it and play, like, the Wings, but that's kind of whatever. I could double suspend Reaper and Thing. No, I'm just going to play the Cerulves. I kind of want to make a land drop here. I mean, it's not a land drop, but it's also not bad. My opponent kind of flooding a little bit from the looks of it. Like, they just made no plays on 5 mana, which is, like, a little weird. Like, I'll take it, but I'm a little taken aback by that. Yeah, my opponent looks really flooded, but I would expect them to at least have something to do here. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, this is going to be good if I get to pull this off. Yeah, this is going to be good. Screw definitely beats Flood. Screw definitely beats Flood. Like, our hand is just absolutely stacked. Like, our hand is quite nonsensical. Sure, let's just go for the easy one. Okay, moving on. Sure. It's a good one. It's a good one. It'll be a 3/3, I suppose. All right. Ooh, not bad, not bad. I'm just gonna attack with both again. There's a lot of ways that they could block this very badly that would work out for me. That's a fine block. Ah, do I? No, you know what? Let's just snakeskin that, honestly. I just get to keep a 4/4 now. And that's just, like, good. Get to keep a 4/4 and then, like, probably play the Righteous Valkyrie here. That's a 2/4 flyer, so it blocks the Boreal Outrider as well. Yeah, this is fine. This is definitely fine. Yeah, this cat was giving them fits. You can tell. Like, they've been waiting. They must, yeah, so they must have, ooh, Broken Wings. Not bad, not bad. So this is a good little turn for my opponent here. They get to slam me for 6 here. But, like, we're really far ahead. They might not even be able to afford to make this attack. Yeah. Yeah, they don't even want to make the attack. It's just not really, it's like, it's too dangerous for them. Ooh, that's good. That's quite good. I kind of want to just take the stupid Boreal Outrider off the board. Yeah, let's just fight this. Because that card can lead to some runaway board states. I think I just chill. I don't really want to trade my 5/5 for a 3 for a glorified 2/2, basically. To be fair, this is also a glorified 3/3, but still, it's not a trade I'm trying to make. And we just have so much. Oh, they have a Wither Crown. Yeah, I mean, it's still a 2/5, friend. It's still a 2/5 because it has counters on it. Yeah, I'll take damage here. Like, I can afford to do that for a turn or two. So here I'm just going to go Troll plus Suspend the Reaper finally. No. Suspending the Reaper seems bad. Let's just play the Raven Wings. And then I can still suspend the Reaper next turn, but I also have the ability to start getting in with the Raven's Wings. Like, if I put the Raven Wings on the pack mate, then that also... Well, I guess they wouldn't be able to block with a 3/3 anyway. Yeah, this is looking good. Like, again, my opponent has a lot of mana. Like, if they have, like, Blood on the Snow or something, I could be in pretty real trouble. Oh, yeah, if they're using it as a life gain mode, that's definitely, like, not a good sign for them. Definitely not a good sign for them. Yeah, I'll keep taking one here. I don't hate it. Oh, wait, do I have a creature in my yard? Yes, that's so good. Yes, now I get to unlock my Soros pack mates. Yes. Alright, Angel, you have done a good job. So if I talk with the 4/4, I have 13. I just want to play the course route here. I'll play the course route and attack with both of these creatures. They can double block one of them, but I still get to eat one of the 2 creatures they block with, regardless of what they double block like. And if they block the troll, then I also just get a sweet anthem on my land. Or not an anthem, but like a boost. That then just turns into a troll anyway. So like this is all fine. This is all fine. Yeah, so they block like this, I'm trading for the 2/5, because the 2/5 is actually just like a very big butt. And I would rather trade for that. That is an absolutely fine trade for me. They still like don't have real attacks on the way back. They might have the elf. They might have the elf reanimate. Oh, raise the Draugr? Sure. That's not the card I meant, but that does count. They were waiting to get like max value off of that, which is smart. Which is smart. They can actually do both this turn, which is pretty good for them. That makes it 3/6. Luckily, the wings is going to go a long way here, but my opponent's not out of this game yet. Like, they've got some good cards. They've got some good cards. Ooh, a Pretender first. Interesting. Sure. And one last card that I don't know about. A Way Down. Okay. Wow, okay. The last card actually mattered there. Okay. Okay. No blocks. Land is great. Land is really good. So here I'm just gonna go equip this, cast this, and then attack. Red-White went... oh, I don't know why I attacked with the Vandal. That was very bad. I got distracted by the chat like 2 seconds in. I wound up going 2-1 with it. I don't know why I attacked with the Max Vandal. That was just bad. Like, honestly, like, low-key deserve to lose for that, although I really hope I don't, because this will be the 3-0 if I don't. Okay, so are they going to ding or gain life? I think they have to gain life, I guess, because they're just dead on board if they don't. Yeah. So that all makes sense. So they have a 3/6, but they have no cards left in hand, and I have a Maya and a Reaper coming up in a minute. So yeah, we wound up 2-1. The switch to 15 lands made all the difference, and we just completely easily crushed the remaining two, the following 2 matchups on 15 lands, and I was very happy about it. And we are currently playing for the 3-0 with a green-white like bomby mid-range deck, basically. I've got like an old growth troll, I've got a battle elephant, mammoth thing. Oh, well, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Thank you. I think so too, opponent. So I'm not going to attack with a 4/7. Like, I can only trade for one of their creatures, and they get to, like, just, like, eat it for free, basically. Oh, yeah, I guess I'll... Yeah. So I'll get in for 6 here. I think I'm actually going to move the wings over to here so that this can trade with a few different things. My opponent's going to have to draw a pretty good one here. Yeah, this looks like a desperation attack to me. Good game. Yeah. Nice. Clutch the 3-0 with that one. This deck was nice. This deck was legitimately very, very nice. Here, I'll flash it up on the screen since I don't think you saw it, Pete. But this deck was really beautiful. This deck came together nicely. I feel good about this one too, because this was a deck where I really had to like fight to figure out what colors were open. But I correctly interpreted that like a mid pack 1 Maya was like a good sign to move in on white-green. And then we got lucky and opened the Battle Mammoth in pack 2 and kind of went from there. But yeah, this deck was very, very spicy. Very, very spicy. Triple struggle for Semfar, Packmate, Growth Troll. This didn't even matter that much. This was super clutch. I've been very impressed. Like, it's not good in every deck, but it's rarely dead when you main deck it. So if your deck is like slow enough that it can afford to play Invoke the Divine, I would suggest trying it out. It has a lot of targets. I main decked it. I straight up main decked it, and I think it was totally fine. I think it was absolutely defensible because we were mid-rangey enough that we could like afford to be doing that. Like I said, I think that this is a format where Invoke the Divine and like Broken Wings and cards like that are actually very main deckable, as long as you're not like hyper aggro. But this deck was super mid-rangey, and so I think it was very, very good. Yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it.